We expect to hear from new LSU head football coach Lane Kiffin at some point today as he is introduced in Baton Rouge. It was the Baton Rouge Advocate that reported Kiffin's going to make $13 million per year in his new gig, second only to Kirby Smart in all of college football. LSU also will reportedly pay Kiffin up to $1 million in postseason bonuses that were in his contract at Ole Miss, and it all depends on how the Rebels fare without Kiffin in the college football playoff. UCLA on the verge of hiring James Madison head football coach Bob Chesney to lead the Bruins football program. He'll coach the Dukes in the Sun Belt Championship game on Friday and could possibly stay on if they get a college football playoff berth. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy expected to return in Week 14 from his concussion. They have the Commanders. Commanders QB Jaden Daniels hasn't been cleared for contact. Cardinals won't open the practice window for quarterback Kyler Murray this week. No practice today for Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown. Giants and Patriots tonight, 8:15 Eastern.
All right, CNR.
Here we are, the gangs, all back together after the holidays.
Ho, ho, ho.
A collective 60 pounds heavier than when we left, which is amazing.
Wow.
All right.
Hey, Covino, Rich. Iowa Sam's running the boards. What's up, Sammy? Hi.
Great to see Sam, Danny G, looking handsome. On the phones at 877-99 on Fox. He's our super producer. Spots on the videos because we're streaming live.
That's right. Hey, guys. What's up?
Hey, Covino and Rich FSR. Join the live chat. Join the fun live. Watch what you hear. Covino and Rich FSR. Even our bonus pod airs on Covino and Rich FSR. Dan Byers got your updates. We got prizes and giveaways. We're very thankful. We're Covino and Rich. We be rocking out.
All right, hold on now. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Are you eating leftovers after today? That's 4 days, dude. Eat at your own risk. You don't want to
I
start
did.
getting sick.
I did Thanksgiving in Jersey with the fam, so all the leftovers are there. I escaped the leftovers. Back in L.A. to healthy living. Back at the gym today. And, again, just wish everyone a happy, belated Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed time with friends and family. I'm exhausted from the travel, but ready to talk some foosball and Week 13. I'm ready to wrap up 13 with a weak-ass Monday Night Football game. We'll get you excited about other stuff because that game's going to be doo-doo pie.
I mean, is it? Or, could we be shocked?
I mean, anything's possible. With Stranger Things on Netflix, we are living in the upside down.
Yeah.
All the teams that we thought were going to be good are just okay. And then, of course, you got the Packers, the Cowboys, Bengals, and Bears just dominating. Oh, my. And, of course, Broncos with the win.
You keep just naming the Thursday and Friday games. You did that earlier. Did you check out after Friday?
No, because those are the biggest surprises to me.
The games that happen to be on Thanksgiving?
The Thanksgiving games all surprised me. I know Rich said, he believed in his Packers. He believed in the Cowboys.
Bro, that feels like 5 years ago.
I believed in none of that. Well, I hate to break it to you. That was part of the weekend fun.
That was 5 days ago.
I don't remember talking about it with you. So, hope you enjoyed all the games. Hope you enjoyed all the fixins, and we're here to discuss all of Week 13, not just yesterday. That's what we do, right?
Yep.
So let's get into it. We do it every Monday. Things that made you go,
Let's go, baby! Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
Well, Mom's stuffing made me go, But a lot of those games I mentioned made me go, Rich, you've been on fire with your calls, but I did not see the Packers winning.
I told you. I said the Lions
Bengals winning.
The Lions implosion began this week.
Well, you know what?
A week ago.
Speaking of that game, let me start off with the positive. I'm wearing my Honolulu Blue today, Covino and Rich sweatshirt, CovinoandRich.com. Get your holiday merch. I'm wearing this because, well, not because of the Lions, because I thought their halftime show was superb.
It was.
Jack White is a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, a local legend.
It was so good.
It was good enough with just Jack White. I'm a big White Stripes fan. I love him. I think he's a royal weirdo. But I think he's phenomenally
such a weirdo,
talented.
talented as hell weirdo.
Pale, and
Yeah,
You
like
tell
I'm
me,
saying,
hold on. I was saying, you look at that guy and you don't think he's a peculiar fella.
he's very pale,
he's a
kind of
rock
like
star.
Edward Scissorhands pale.
That's fine.
But you think Edward Scissorhands looks like a normal dude?
I just
No,
don't want people
I'm
to think
just
like
saying-
that's my guy, even though musically he is. Musically,
What's weird about him besides the paleness?
he's a weird
hairstyle,
guy.
his look, everything
weird guy.
about
Come
the
on,
guy.
He's a weird
Come
guy.
on. You think
He's a
he's
rock
a-
star.
come on.
Aesthetically, he looks kind of strange.
Aesthetically
Yeah, I
strange,
get you.
right? But as far as musically, one of my favorites.
Oh, he rocked the joint.
Rock Contours, White Stripes, like all of his stuff, his solo stuff. So he comes out and rocks it out, and you're thinking, now this is a halftime show. This is great. This is local pride. He's from Detroit Rock City. And then sure enough, you get the collaboration that dreams are made of, pleasing everybody in the world of rock and hip-hop. Eminem comes out, and you're thinking, now that's a halftime show, bro.
Oh.
Because everybody's pumped and excited and surprised and happy.
In that moment,
That's a halftime show.
apparently in that moment, Bad Bunny let out a big, ay, Dios mío.
No, seriously, dude, because that hits every pocket of awesome.
It was
I
good.
loved it, and I'm not criticizing Bad Bunny or what that spectacle's going to be, but that really did hit all the feels, all the sweet spots of what you're into. Little rock, little hip hop, both legends, hometown pride. That got me fired
Yeah,
up. That's
there-
what a halftime show's supposed to do.
There was something way cool and way fun about Jack White.
Now, I know that
and
feels like a
Eminem.
long time ago, Rich, but I never got a chance to express how pumped I was, and today's my day.
All right, well,
so
okay.
that was awesome, man.
Today's the last day of leftovers, and today's the last day you can talk about Thanksgiving games.
I mean, hey, it made me go, and it made me say that's what halftime's supposed to be.
Now, Post Malone, I usually find to be a more intriguing artist, but I feel like his set was sort of a stinker. I love Post Malone. I love his Dallas Cowboy love. Again, in that game, they brought out another hometown dude. Post Malone loves his Cowboys.
You know what my favorite was? The 10 seconds of Little John that NBC showed.
Really?
People were like, what happened to the Little John halftime show?
And what was the other one? Because I missed it. Wasn't there another halftime show, or was that it?
I think that was it. Yeah,
No,
it
I
was
think
those
there was-
three artists that were,
Oh, those are the three.
those were the three being advertised for Thanksgiving. Yeah.
So what made you go, all things are fair, Week 13 NFL, could have been a movie you watched.
Hold on,
got-
I can't play along.
I got NBA thoughts. I got movie thoughts. I got all sorts of thoughts.
I can't play along. What is it? What the hell? What are you talking about, Lil Jon?
Lil Jon came out for
And what-
a minute. I
what-
remember
and
reading
what-
his name.
Baltimore.
What? There was
You
a
didn't-
halftime show.
There was a
there?
halftime show. They didn't show it though.
Hold on. Rich knows this because he posed this question on our Patreon. He
This
goes,
morning,
wasn't-
this
he
morning,
said, wasn't there another one? I was like, yeah, there was. It was a hip-hop act. I couldn't
No, and then
remember.
someone corrected us and said, no, they did like a John Madden tribute.
The telecast went to the John Madden tribute, but in the stadium, Little John was performing.
And
That's
they
what I
didn't,
thought.
They didn't show us?
They came back right before commercial and showed like 10 seconds of Little John.
That's
okay.
weak,
All right,
yeah.
I'm glad because I was like, wait a minute, was I in a food coma?
No, but that
Because-
makes you go,
Like, oh man, because I thought the other two were entertaining, and I remember thinking like, yes, we had people over, and I'm like, I feel like everyone would have stopped and been like, oh look, it's Lil Jon.
Yeah, there was a headline here. It says fans erupt after NBC skips Little John's halftime show during Bengals-Ravens game.
That's
yeah,
weak.
so
That's
NBC.
dare you. And I'll bring it up to yesterday's speed, Rich. And look, all's fair as far as Week 13, as far as I'm concerned. Rich doesn't want to talk about anything that happened Thursday, Friday, but I'm
Well,
here
like I
for
said,
it.
it's been 4 or 5 days of sports talk between then and now.
I'm here for it. Guess what I was doing? Not on the radio. So I'm here for it, though. And I'll bring you up to speed from yesterday with all sorts of observations. Vikings stink, right? We could admit the Vikings are done. They lost their way. Were they 4-8? Lost their way. Just no bueno. I'm watching some of the pregame show, and I'm watching, I think it was on Red Zone I saw it, but I saw that the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, was at the game. Seattle. Did you see that? And when you think of the big dumper, you just think this guy hits bombs. He's a big dude. We saw him at the All-Star game. And when you think wide receivers, when I think Cooper Kupp, I don't think of him to be as, big fella. I think of him as an average fella. Side by side, he looked bigger than the big dumper.
Was that Cooper Kupp or Jake Paul?
Exactly. Because he looked big like Jake Paul. I don't think of Cooper Kupp as big like that. And he was just as big, if not bigger, than the big dumper Cal Raleigh.
Oh, wow.
Side
So,
by
all right,
side.
We disagree. I would have thought Cooper Kupp definitely bigger.
I wouldn't have thought of him that way. He looked
Oh,
bigger.
you're talking about
than-
height or ass size?
I'm talking just all around mammithity and mass.
Ass size Cal Raleigh.
Well, Cal Raleigh's got the big
Yeah,
ass. We know that. But it was cool to see them and their mutual respect, and just to see like a guy that I think of as a smaller wideout is just as big as anybody in the MLB, just looking big like a beast. But Cooper Kupp leading Seattle 26-0 over the Vikings. That made me say, I mean, just to start it off lightly.
What makes me think that's even bigger than you think? I mean, I know Minnesota's not the most formidable opponent, but Dan Byer has to be like secretly pumped that this team is like so under the radar good right now. When you see the Eagles, and we said this like a week ago, so we feel like geniuses here. The Eagles are like always feel like they're on the brink of unraveling. The South stinks. I mean, whether it's the Bucs or the Panthers, that's a first round elimination. The West is stacked, and the North is confusing. Yo, the Seattle Seahawks might be like arguably the top 2 teams in the NFC right now. What is going on?
9-3, they're dope.
I thought yesterday on a scroll, guys, of one of the screens that they were tied for second for the shortest odds for the Super Bowl. So they were tied for second. I don't know if it was Rams number 1 because the Rams have the edge over them right now, but it's true. And in fact, when you look at the playoff picture, you always have to kind of read with the details. Like you look at the Bears, they're number 1, right? NFC on top, everything. Look at playoff probability for them right now. And then look at what it is for the Rams and the Seahawks, where they're locked in a lot more than the Bears are. But yeah, guys, it's right there. And coming up in a couple of weeks, the Seahawks have the Rams coming to Seattle for a Thursday night game with an opportunity to overtake the division lead in the NFC West. And then a date looms with Rich's Niners in Week 18 for the Seahawks.
And as of right now, I mean, I know my Niners aren't full health, but who is, right? I mean, I thought the season was maybe a wash after Bosa and then Fred Warner got hurt. But the Niners are showing some grit and heart. They're well coached.
9-4, looking solid. They beat the Browns just like you thought they would.
They're winning the games they should. And DB, what a division when you think that the 49ers, my 49ers are 9-4 and they're in third place. The NFC West is 9-3, 9-3, 9-4. What a division. It's fantastic.
Seahawks have a game against the Falcons coming up this week, so that's a winnable football game for them. But it's funny because with those percent chances, the Buccaneers are at 86%, Packers are at 88%, the Bears right now still 76% playoff possibility, where your Niners, Rich, 92% that they're going to be in.
Wow. You know why? Because the Niners have a bye week, and then they play the Titans, who are 1-10. You win that game, you're 10-4. And as we've done the math, I think you need to win 11 games and you're in, which means the Niners would have to win 1 of their final 3, and then you're 11-6. And I feel like that might be enough to punch a ticket to the playoffs.
Yeah, it better be. Last year there were 15 double-digit win teams in the NFL. 1 missed the playoffs. That was the Seahawks. They were 10-7.
10-7. I think 11 does it.
What does Brock Purdy do then?
Pooty.
The Dougie or the Gritty? What's he doing?
Oh, yeah, you liked how he hit that motion?
Yeah, what's he doing next? Soldier Boy?
I don't know why you guys are so...
What's he going to do, the worm, if they make the playoffs?
Why is everyone so shocked? As George Kittle said after the game, why is it weird to you that some white dude has rhythm? Hit me with the Dougie, Iowa Sam. Do you know how to do the Dougie?
It's not really that weird. All young people dance. Young dudes dance. All young dudes dance. It just looks corny, I think. Just doesn't look
Do you think he looked corny, or I thought he looked smooth?
He danced for like half a second.
Corny. He's a great football player, but he's sort of nerdy. It's like Eli Manning doing the Dougie.
Do you think Brock Purdy's as nerdy as Eli Manning?
Yes.
I want to see him do the Harlem Shake.
So a young person dancing, that's just like sort of their birthright. All young dudes do that.
All right, so then let me ask you.
I'm not like that impressed, but it just looks odd because we're not used to it. But I'm not mad at him for doing it.
What was more fun for you, seeing Brock Purdy do the Dougie or Cam Bynum after an interception for the Colts? He broke out a dance, and everyone's like, what's that dance? Why does that look familiar? It was the Urkel dance.
Urkel dance? All you have to do is hitch up your pants.
That's Richard's birthright. The Urkel dance.
This is what I would do.
Yeah.
Did I do that? Got any cheese? Did I do that?
So,
do the
I mean,
Urkel dance.
Young people dance. I'm not surprised, but it was a bit of a story that Purdy did the Dougie. And he did it well, but it's just, I don't know. There's something there. I don't know if I'm the guy to point it out.
We see him pushing cowboy boots in TV commercials. That's why.
Yeah, that's probably it. got to talk Steelers, too. The Steelers lose to the Bills 26-7. Steelers are 6-6. And the buzz here is, and we see Aaron Rodgers looking old, taking those hits, bleeding, getting sacked, blood on his nose and everything else.
He bled his own blood.
He bled his own blood. It just adds
Nobody
to
makes me
the
bleed my own blood.
just adds to the sad story. And you see the highlights and you see the photos and you're like, these hits have to hurt a little more. And getting up, you feel it in your back and you feel it in your bones. You're like, I'm too old for this nonsense. So
Was
is
it
it the
hit?
end of Tomlin and Rodgers? And I say, yeah, it looks that way. It's the beginning of the end, right?
Was it the hit that Bosa put on him
I think so.
where you were like, oh.
It looked like you could feel when you watch those plays and you watch Aaron Rodgers, like there's something about it, like you feel it in your huevos. Like you feel it, you feel it in your bones when he's hit.
You know when I like send you a video, like, I don't know, like some fat mom or dad like trying to do a cartwheel and they fall and you feel their pain, like, you don't usually feel that in sports because you're like, oh, they're professional athletes. When Aaron Rodgers gets smushed, you're like, Dad, you okay?
Your sciatica kicks in.
Yeah, exactly. There's something about that.
So, interestingly enough, if you want to talk about things that made you go, week 13 of the NFL, I think there's a trend of, and I get it because we live in a clickbait world. We live in a world where you see short little clips on TikTok and Instagram, and that's the world we live in. So you can't deny how we consume clips and media, right? Like a lot of things you see, the sad reality is you're like, yeah, I saw it
We live in a red zone sort of world.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
I did see both of these clips on TikTok. I can't lie. I'm scrolling and you see some of the sports highlights. And there's a trend of, and I get it, because if you're a reporter, what do you want? You want people to be clicking. There's a lot of reporters trying to set up quarterbacks and players with like gotcha type of questions. And I thought it was cool that a young dude like Shedeur Sanders, here's the juxtaposition, my favorite word of the month. A young guy who just started in the league and another guy who's like been in the league 20 years, both being baited by the press, insinuating like, come on, say something bad about your coach. And neither guy, 20 years old or 40 years old, essentially, took the bait. Let's start with Shedeur questioning Kevin Stefanski's play calling, and they were trying to get Shedeur to throw Coach under the bus.
Did you like Kevin having the aggressiveness there, even backed up in your territory?
I mean, first, that's a rude question to ask. If I think, it was a great call by my coach,
Do you like the aggression? Not do you like the call? Like, do you like?
I like being out there playing. so whatever that comes with, it comes with.
I love that reaction. I do. I don't know how rude it was.
How rude.
But again, it was a question of baiting him to say something negative.
I mean, but
I love that he spun it positive because I think we all get that vibe, even though he couldn't do much against your 49ers, Rich. He wants to be out there playing, and I love that for him.
I don't know if it was Stephanie Tanner rude.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Rude.
But, I mean,
But he was baiting him, though.
And then Aaron Rodgers took more of an approach of like, I see what you're trying to do here.
Do you see the flatness within the game and in practice as something that's not being done right from a coaching aspect or preparation aspect that's kind of framing you guys in the wrong way?
He looks for a second.
I know what you're trying to ask, and I'm not going to go down that road at all. I believe in the coaching staff. I believe in Mike Tomlin. That's why I came here. And players need to take accountability, myself included, and I will continue to. I got to play better.
So
another great response, man.
And I get it, because you get these guys in a vulnerable post-game moment where their adrenaline's still pumping. They're coming off a loss. Both of those guys coming off an L.
People were cheering or chanting "Fire Tomlin" at the game.
Yeah,
like they could hear. I think he was being picked up by the cameras.
And Shedeur knows. You know
what Rodgers could have done though? It would have been petty, but he could have hit him back with like, "What do you think?" Because remember when they asked Tomlin about Rodgers and his performance, he said something kind of questionable, I thought, in response. It was a little along the lines of, "What did you think?" or "You saw it. What do you think?" Rodgers could have hit him back with that.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think. But again, it would have been petty and uncalled for, and that's his coach. And I do believe that's why he went. If he didn't believe in Tomlin, he wouldn't be on the Steelers right now, getting his ass handed to him. So I thought great responses, handled well by a rookie and a veteran in that situation.
You know what
What made me go,
I'll tell you what made me go, And you probably see this week to week, DB, because I know you're monitoring these games when you're live here on Fox Sports Radio. I wonder, I'm like, why are the Browns so bad if they have such a great defense? It's because they make a lot of mistakes, and the offense really can't do much. Special teams, I don't know, it's like blunders. Like the Niners didn't play that well, yet they won by like almost 20. There's like a muffed punt. There's like fourth downs where they fumble the snap. Like there's just a folly of errors.
Yeah, I would have to think it's pretty amazing in the contrast, because I know you're a 49ers fan, but there are obvious warts, especially because of the injuries, where maybe you're not believing as much in your team, but they are just significantly better than a team that is one of the best units in all of the NFL on defense. It is such a weird contrast.
It's like discipline and like good coaching and like minimizing your little mistakes. Like,
I think it makes you realize that your problems aren't as bad as you may think that they are, especially at 9-4. Like when you see how other shops are run.
Yeah, it was wild. I'm like, man, this team, if I'm a Browns fan, and our buddy Shea here owes me Chipotle, he hit me up and he goes, yo, bet on the game. And I'm like, you want to bet on your Browns? I'll take free Chipotle, but you're a young kid. I'm not going to take more than that, but I'll let you buy me a burrito bowl. You really want to bet this? He's like, yeah. So, that Browns team, personnel-wise, you would think, like, they kept talking the whole game about how number 2 defense, number 2 this, sacks on quarterback, rushing, and pressure they put on the quarterback. And it's true. It's just they can't do much more than that. Like
I was going to say, I hope you had a Panthers sort of weekend. We got to talk about them, too. There were some big surprises over this weekend, and we've had that all season long, Week 13. So what were your thoughts in the world of movies? I saw some movies that made me say, I saw some things in the NBA that made me say, I saw things in the fight game that made me say, But we'll take your phone calls and feedback next. Anything you observed as we head into your weak-ass Monday Night Football game. It's Covino and Rich. It's good to be back. And remember, we're broadcasting on Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And our podcast, be sure to search Covino and Rich on the podcast. Give us 5 stars. We got games to play. We got things to discuss. We do it next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
All right. Now, Covino, I finally figured it out why people always want to hang at my place to watch the game.
Because you got all the fixings.
And my TCL
Because you got a hot wife?
And my TCL TV looking sweet.
Oh, exactly. The QD Mini LED, the brightness is wild. The contrast is deep. The color's spot on. The motion silky and smooth. Just looks better.
Silky and smooth. Now the price looks even better. Did you buy anything on Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Because they got bigger, brighter, better Black Friday deal still going on with up to 50% off select TCL TVs, including the Ultimate Series.
From the QM 8K, the ultimate choice, the ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate game day experience, to the QM 6K, there's a sweet spot for every room.
Premium picture on sale now. Plus, you can still enter to win those 4 tickets to Super Bowl 60 with the TCL Ultimate Season to Score at TCL.com.
Hit your favorite retailer, grab the amazing deal, lock in epic experiences, epic savings, undeniable bragging rights now through Black Friday while supplies last.
TCL, official TV partner of the NFL. Bigger, brighter, better Black Friday. Select models, limited time. See TCL.com for details.
Livy Dunn's buns in the sun.
Yeah, well, I just was doing my research for the show.
Yeah, well, apparently she's in Hawaii vacationing with future Yankee, her boyfriend, Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
He goes to the Yankees. I mean, it wouldn't shock me. I mean, Livy Dunn bought a place in New York City, but she is a model and gymnast and all social media.
On. Not only did she buy a place in New York City, he's also been telling his teammates, that's a true story, apparently. He's been telling teammates that he wants to play in New York.
They denied that.
I mean, those are rumors, but I believe them.
Who started that rumor? Austin Wells?
Me?
Who started that rumor? Anthony Volpe?
His teammates.
Oh, no, his teammates.
He made it very clear, like, this isn't the place to be. This is where superstars go to die. I want to play in New York.
Well, Livy Dunn, the headline is Toast and Buns in the Sun on Hawaiian Vacation with Paul Skeens. And there you go. If you watch it on the YouTube, buns are out. Sun's out, buns out. And Covino and I disagree on one major thing here. When you're with your wife or girlfriend or whoever you're dating, whoever you're with, Covino's way anti-booty out.
Well, hold on. Let's make this clear. I love a nice booty. I'm saying the person I'm with. So, hey, if there's women walking around with their cheeks out, you better believe I'll be looking at them, and that's the problem. If I'm hanging out with my buddies' wives, and my buddies' wives are all walking around with their asses out, how is that appropriate when everyone's looking at each other?
I mean, it's the appropriate swimwear for 2025.
It's not appropriate. That's why you can't wear stuff like that at Disneyland, because it's not appropriate. I mean, just because it's in style and because young women are doing it doesn't mean that everybody should be doing it. Go to a water park. You think everybody should be dressing like that? Absolutely not. Well, leave some to the imagination. That's why it was a big story in the New York Post this week. Even athleisure, athletic wear, has gone too far and too skimpy, where it's distracting at the gym, where women are showing lots of crevassier, a lot of crevice, a lot exposed, a lot revealed, nothing to the imagination, to the point where other women are uncomfortable. It's a national story. It's not me judging or anything like that. It's a story all over the New York Post. Men are going to see it, and men are going to like it. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm saying as a dad of a teenager, as the boyfriend of a young woman, amongst mixed company and family, that's inappropriate. What you're doing in your own time, on your own vacation, when it's just you and her, that's fine. Whatever. You want to tan your ass? Go right ahead.
Who doesn't want to tan ass?
Right.
I'm just saying.
But Rich is condoning that this is okay amongst mixed company.
Style.
That's awkward. You think I want Danny G looking at my girlfriend's ass?
Style dictates what the cuts of bathing suits are.
Wait, I never did that.
That's what I'm saying, though. Let's say we all went away.
Avert your eyes, sir.
Yeah.
Style dictates what cuts of bathing suits are popular, right? Like men's.
Doesn't mean
men's
that other ones are
trunks.
non-existent.
Are you gonna let me get a word in, or are you just gonna vent about how lame you are?
You can say lame, or, I mean, how about leaving some to the imagination?
What's next,
Why do you
Rich?
need to show your wife's ass to
Nude
everybody?
beaches? Nude beaches? Is that what you want?
You sound like a voyeur to me. Like, everybody, check out my wife's ass.
I mean, what do you want? Do you want women to wear bathing suits like it's the 1920s and they're on the boardwalk like, hello, my baby, hello, my darling?
Because there's a compromise, and they still sell, like, pretty revealing
sarong.
and sexy bathing suits.
If you want,
you act like you have to wear a grandma.
If you want old lady bathing suits, where are you going to find them? Walmart, Target, like women shop.
They're not old. There's compromise.
Women shop online.
How you gonna feel?
Show an ankle.
Yeah. How you gonna feel when your daughter's dressing like that? You're cool with it?
Yeah, I guess so, because it's the time.
No, you're not.
Do?
You're cool with it because she's 8 years old. That's why you're cool with it.
I'm telling you, you're like going against the style. I saw a picture of your girlfriend with all her friends on a trip. And she was the only girl wearing like a full bottom bathing suit. Like, she bought it at like.
She has class. No one wants to see your nasty ass. Nope. Not everybody should be dressing like that.
It's
too revealing. It is.
So
guys
you
don't do that.
You think
are guys showing bottom beanbag? Are guys doing that? Should I be doing that? I don't know. No, because it's not appropriate. Just because it's the style doesn't make it right.
Triple B, bottom beanbag.
And by the way, that doesn't mean I'm not staring and I'm not admiring sometimes. Of course I am. I'm a man.
But you want Livy Dunn wearing full bottom bathing suit on vacation with her?
No, because she's not my girlfriend. I don't care.
Yeah, but
so if she wants to rock that, I'm like, go for her. Good for her.
If you were going away with some friends for a weekend, you would tell your girlfriend, like, no, don't expose that butt.
Yeah, because I know what a pervert and creep you are.
Oh,
so why would I want my girlfriend walking around like that in front of you? Yes, you. Yes. So why would I want that? Why would I want that? Guys are going to be guys.
Monty, your thoughts, because Monty, you came to our anniversary party, and I feel
lying.
like
guys are going to be guys. So I watched the Thanksgiving Day parade. I saw Santa come, so it's officially Christmas time. Happy Christmas time, guys. Happy holidays
parade,
from your friends Covino and Rich.
Parade outdated?
What'd you say?
Parade outdated?
I mean, there's still a lot of people that show up.
No, I'm
but
saying my kids.
I don't think kids care the way we cared growing
I
up.
don't know, especially out here in the West Coast. You'd have to watch a replay of a parade, which is almost as lame as watching a parade.
Yeah.
I think it starts out here like 5 a.m.
Yeah, my grandmother had a lot. She lived here her whole life in L.A. She had a lot of replays on every holiday.
Yeah, just to me, I don't know. By the time my kids woke up, they were up late the night before. We were watching movies and whatnot. They woke up at like 9, 10 in the morning, and it was almost time for football, right? It was like football was starting, and Mom was starting to cook.
Parades make you go,
Parades, I don't know.
Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. No more waiting. Your goals start now. It's Cyber Monday. Cyber Monday.
Whoa.
Take your workouts around the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere. So buy that robot you wanted today, and, of course, everything at NordicTrack.com. Now, we get you involved. We do this every Monday. We recap any observations you made. It was an extended holiday weekend, so you may have all sorts of observations. It could be about Mom stuffing. It could be about Grandpa Bart and the stupid stories he told over Thanksgiving dinner. It could be Week 13 of the NFL and more. Hit us up at 877-99 on Fox. Let's get it going.
2 observations.
Sure.
One with football, one that has nothing to do with football.
Yeah, I got a bunch of different ones.
Football. Sorry, Detroit fans. I declared it last week that if you lost, you were chopped.
Yep.
It's over, right? Could very well be the case. 7-5 now, and they've been up. They have some tough games. It might be it for the Lions. Could I give you my other team that I think is headed in that direction? And don't need to obviously say this because I think it is obvious. After yesterday, they caught some bad luck. The Colts.
Yeah.
The momentum's a thing, and if you believe in momentum, look at their schedule coming up, and yesterday was more important than you thought because now
the Texans' defense is legit,
God.
huh?
The Texans
we
look
knew
like
that, but I thought the Colts were still good enough to maybe pull that one out.
Rich, I feel like the Colts are similar to the Chargers situation where they have money in the bank from their wins earlier in the year.
They do. It's almost like they were playing with house money for a while, but you're now in second place technically behind the Jags. Houston's right there on your heels at 7-5. And if you look at Indy's schedule coming up, it's not nice. They play the Jags in an amazing early game on Sunday. Then they have to go play your Seahawks. Then the Colts have to play my Niners. Then they play the Jags again. And then the Texans. Colts are toast. Butter them up, dude. They're toast.
Stick a fork in it.
As Grandma would do, put a little cinnamon sugar on it while you're at it.
Yeah.
The Colts are done.
Not looking good. Texans over the Colts this weekend. What up, DB? Your thoughts?
Well, I was just man, Rich Davis. You just stole my line.
Ooh.
You guys, you may have heard. You may have heard of if the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
I do know that one, yeah.
If Daniel Jones can't run, the Colts are done. And he has a fracture in his leg, and he cannot move.
I've heard people say that. If Jones can't run, Colts are done.
Yes, that is exactly it. So, Johnny Cochran up there is giving us the thumbs up on that one. He's got a fracture in his leg. Sauce Gardner is now out a couple of weeks because of his calf strain. They just gave up 2 first-round picks for him. Yes, momentum is not a friend of those in Indy.
Dude, that Chiefs loss that we were like, well, you win some, you lose some, and the Chiefs needed it. That loss to the Chiefs, and then that loss to the Texans yesterday. And then, again, Covino, they're 8-4. I think they're going to go under 500 in their final 5. I wouldn't be shocked if they're 1-4. They play the Jags twice, the Niners, the Seahawks, and the Texans again. That is the most unforgiving schedule. Colts are toast.
Did you see they wore their alternate uniforms yesterday? They didn't wear the horseshoe. It was a man walking under a ladder.
Done.
Done.
That's bad luck. The horseshoe is good luck. That's bad luck.
They have a black cat on their head. Cinnamon toast crunch.
That's next. Yeah, that's for the 49er games, the black cat uniforms.
So we talked about the Lions last week, and now it's the Colts. 2 teams that, my goodness, how things work so quickly. A month ago, we were saying, Daniel Jones have the juice to win a Super Bowl? Does this team have the juice to make the postseason? I say no.
Well, you know who has the juice?
No, who I think's out, by the way? I think the Colts are out, and I think the Chargers, if they stumble one more time, there's teams that are on their tail. There's hot teams like the Texans that you don't want to bump into right now.
No, they're heating up for sure. But who has the juice? How far would you go to get it? Des Rocks has the juice. Des Rocks has a new song called The Juice out. But the Broncos got the juice, and they beat the Commanders yesterday. And you know what made me say, The pronunciation of Marcus Mariota.
I'm sorry, do you mean Mariota?
The emphasis on the T, the hard T, all of a sudden had the world thrown for a loop last night.
Bro, I did what we all do. I immediately went to social media, and I
read
like,
there were 17 different pronunciations of Mariota last night.
I was like,
Please say Mariota.
This is driving me insane.
Mariota.
It was driving me insane to the point where I was like, I can't be the only one this is annoying. I go on Twitter, it's trending. No one can understand why all of a sudden Chris Collinsworth is putting some hard emphasis on Mariota.
Well, what made me go, is there had to be some sort of pre-show meeting where he actually said, or someone actually said, well, the real pronunciation is Mariota.
Yeah, because he's said that to the press before. They've asked him.
All of a sudden, they
how
really
does your
leaned
family
into
say it? Right. We've heard other players say their names, but that's not how the general public or sports reporters say the name. So
yeah, earlier in the year, remember Bijan Robinson was like, it's Bijan, but you guys can call me Bijan.
Oh, and of course the Tyrod, all that. But this was funny because one of the only reasons I would trade Brenda in is she hits her T's really hard. It annoys me every day. Instead of just saying mountains, look at the mountains over there. She says, look at the mountains over there.
Often.
She hits her T's so hard on every word that has a T in it. I know that's nitpicking. But.
I've often
Danny, you should divorce her.
I know.
We tease her. The family teases her, though.
It's been over a decade, Danny G, that we've known this dude.
Known this dude since Oregon.
Well over a decade he's been Marcus Mariota. All of a sudden last night, Mariota.
However you say it, just don't say it like NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell.
Marcus Mariota.
Yes, exactly.
You know what's crazy? Brenda's been saying his name the right way this whole time.
See?
That made me go, last night. But the Broncos, again, 10-2, looking dominant.
I said the other team besides the Colts that if they don't get their act together could be donezo. They won yesterday. They beat up your Raiders. That's not a good gauge. No offense, Danny G, right? The Chargers. Listen to the Chargers schedule coming up. Eagles, Chiefs.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah. They play the Eagles, the Chiefs, who you know are going to be fighting for a spot at that point. Then they have to go to Dallas, who the Cowboys have looked really good. Then they play the Texans and the Broncos. Chargers and Colts. Enjoy it while it lasts, because I think you might be on the outside looking in within a few weeks.
You, Aaron Lewis, and Stained. But, Rich, I'll tell you what. You know what made me go, about Danny's Raiders is Max Crosby knocking Herbert on his ass. And then, realizing,
so
it was great. But then realizing, my bad.
Yeah,
he apologized.
He apologized to him.
And, they sort of hugged it out a little bit.
He pulled a Phillip Rivers, though. Like, remember that famous clip where Phillip Rivers is shouting in the defender's ear?
Yeah.
That time, Phillip Rivers did not get pushed down the way all of us wished he did. And half the internet was like, thank goodness someone needs to push Herbert down when he's screaming like that.
But noticeable. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it, but I thought it was interesting to see. It made me go,
I got an observation, not football related. Thanksgiving night, we got a couple people over the house. Trying to figure out, we should throw in games are over.
I saw your gravy.
Oh, the fixins.
I saw that gravy.
I'll give you something.
Sounds X-rated, Sam.
My wife did something to the turkey that sounds X-rated. She spacocked it or something. Cock-doodled it. What did she do to it?
Spatchcock.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought Spot had posted something about spatchcocking.
My wife is the cook of the house. Even on the green egg.
The everything of the house, by the way.
She's also the handyman.
My wife is the man of the house.
Really does she does everything.
Yeah. She's also like the landscaper and everything.
Watches the kids.
Babysitter.
Does all the crafting.
My wife.
Candlestick maker.
She spacocked the turkey.
No, I don't think you're getting it right. What is it, Spot? Spatchcocked. There you go.
If you're going to talk about it multiple times a day, maybe you should get it right, Mariota.
It's a well-known term, Rich.
Can you please explain the process of spatchcocking?
Thank you.
Apparently, she said she violated this bird. Like, you have to break it apart and break it. Essentially make it flat, and she put on the green egg, and it was the juiciest, best turkey we've ever had in our life.
Breaking the spine so it could lay flat for even cook in a grill.
You remove the backbone, and then you flatten the breastbone so everything cooks evenly.
Ooh.
So it's not, you're not having dry,
I think we all know the process. I didn't know it was called that.
Yeah. Right. Well, anyway, it was fantastic. Juiciest turkey. After the fixins, after the food, after the football, I throw on Netflix, and I just want to throw this out here. This is an observation I made. Have you ever played games on Netflix?
No.
You could play, like, there's all these
I'm never that
multiplayer
bored.
games.
No.
You're never that bored.
I'm not.
I'm just saying, Danny, if the 5 of us are at my house, right, we could all scan a QR code and you're playing like Pictionary on your phone on the TV. There's team trivia that you just scan a QR code. I don't think most people even know this exists.
I've seen it because Koa presses on it constantly,
Yeah,
thinking
you
it's
just-
a video clip.
You scroll past it all the time, but there's a game section where there's all these like interactive games. So if you got friends over or your kids or whatever, hey, give it a shot. This is a weekend observation, is it not?
Okay, I got another weekend observation then. And I'll save mine after
Ooh.
Dan Byer gives you a sweet-ass update.
Is
When I
that
say
what he-
sweet-ass, I mean Dan Byer's got a sweet ass.
True, but also I was trying to look for the spatchcocked chicken that I had cooked a couple of years ago. I have the old picture on the photo album on the phone, so likely coming to an inbox near you.
Oh, can't
guys. Coming to a college football field near you, or at least in Baton Rouge, Lane Kiffin, introduced today as the new head football coach at LSU.
I felt like everybody that I talked to outside of the state that I was in all basically said the same thing. You are going to regret it if you don't take the shot and you don't go to LSU. It's the best job in America, it's the best resources, and to win it.
So Kiffin is not going to coach Ole Miss. We knew that in the college football playoff, but he could get paid for how well they do. Baton Rouge Advocate says that LSU was going to pay him the bonuses that he could have earned if he would have coached Ole Miss through the college football playoff. As for his annual salary, guys, $13 million, second in all of college football behind Georgia's Kirby Smart. That, according, again, to the Baton Rouge Advocate. UCLA is hiring James Madison head coach Bob Chesney to lead the Bruins football program. NC State and Virginia are going to play a game in Brazil in 2026. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide through Learn to Skate USA. Kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. Vikings waived veteran wide receiver Adam Thielen. He wants to go to a contender, so the Vikings granted him his wish. He also said, Thielen did in a statement, this is his last year in the NFL, and he'll return to retire as a Viking at some point. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy expected to start in Week 14 against the Commanders, while Washington QB Jaden Daniels still hasn't been cleared for contact from his elbow injury. Cardinals won't open up the practice window for quarterback Kyler Murray this week. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't practice today, and the Lions placed corner Terrion Arnold on injured reserve. Sauce Gardner of the Colts, as we mentioned earlier, going to miss a couple of weeks because of his calf injury. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dan Byer. Now, Rich, I watched some movies. I watched some fights. I made some other observations, and I'll share them next. And we get to your phone calls, too, at 877-99 on Fox. We'll wrap up things that made you go, this holiday weekend.
Can't wait. More next right here. CNR. Let's talk Lakers and Luka. And what a guy. He said, Jackson Hayes, if you get fined, I got your back. You're my guy.
So there's so many different things that make me say, when it comes to what happened last night, though. I love watching the clips.
Yeah.
I love watching the highlights. I love seeing the teammates have each other's back. And it makes me think of, having your buddies back, having your family's back. Like, so many situations. Like, Rich, if you're, let's say, at mixed company. I've been here before. I've been at mixed company, and I've seen my ex-wife fight and get into arguments with my friends. And not to get too personal, but I knew in these particular situations, my wife was wrong. My friends were right. Huh. Do I always have to have my wife's back, even though I know she's wrong? So this poses so many questions to me when I think of Jackson Hayes having Luka's back. I'm not saying anyone was wrong or right, but it makes me think of, do you always have to have your wife's back? Do you always have to have your friend's back?
In the worst
if you know he's wrong, if he's drunk, if he's stupid, like when to have people's back is the first thing I think of.
Do you want to sleep on the couch or, I mean.
Exactly, Ryan.
Honestly, Ryan's right. You have to, like, unapologetically and stupidly at times defend the person you love, right? Like, there have been times where I've had exes fly off the handle, and I've gone up to people. I've defended her and then gone up to people and be like, listen, I have to defend her. It's my girlfriend. But I understand. So, like, I'm trying, like, de-escalating a situation. Like, I get you, but I have to defend her. So let's
Or how about, it's a big party night, right? You're out with your pals, and your friend is belligerent, drunk, maybe hitting on a woman that's taken. You know that your friend's in the wrong. He starts a little bit of a tussle, or he starts a problem at the bar. He's your friend. You know he's wrong. Do you always have to have his back even when you know he's wrong? All these things come to mind when I see what happens.
I have a question. Do you look at it?
We're on the same team. I have your back no matter what. Is that the rules you live by? And I will tell you straight up, those are the rules that I live by. I know my wife was in the wrong, ex-wife now, but I knew she was in the wrong. But I'm not sleeping on the couch. I got to go back with her. I got to sleep with her. I'm going to have her back no matter what. It's loyalty. It's the team, and you got to stand by those rules. If your buddy's in the wrong, but someone's starting with him, or he's getting his ass kicked, or he's getting into an argument, but he's your buddy, that's the team you play for. You have his back. I think those are the rules you play by. Those are the rules of life. Those are the rules of sports. So that's the first thought. Then I have a second thought based on that.
A couple things. I think this is a great sign for Lakers fans like Danny G.
Yeah, it builds chemistry,
because
camaraderie,
what you're seeing
trust.
is you're seeing the trust and camaraderie that Luka has already developed with this team.
Dude, you know why Luka's able to score 40-point games like this? Because he knows his team has his back.
Is it backstabbing in nature or wrong if you go up to the other party afterwards and say, hey, listen, man, I'll give you an example. On my softball team, I know this is small potatoes. They're just Sunday softball. There's a guy on our team that's a bit of a hothead. Sort of a jerk at times, but he's my teammate. He collided with a guy, and it was not right. He was wrong. Both teams start mouthing off and tussling. I'm pulling my buddy back. I'm like, yo, bro, come on. Is it backstabby to go up to the other person?
It is. I'm not saying you could be peacemaker, but you don't have to make it seem like he's off the handle and he's just a blowhard or he's a jerk. Like, now you're making him look bad. You're supposed to have his back, not to make him look worse.
I guess you're right.
So, but being peacemaker, like, hey, man, I'm sorry about what happened there. That's fine. But you don't want to, like, overemphasize the fact that he was wrong. So it's a little backstabby on how you handle it. But being peacemaker, I think, is just part of the deal. Now, again, Chris Dunn shoves the ball into Luka, into his chest.
Yep.
And Hayes pushes back, has Luka's back. Dunn throws the punch. Luka then says, yo, man, I'm pumped he had my back. Jackson Hayes had my back. Put his fine on my tab.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Shout out to the hoes.
Ho, ho.
Covino and Rich, wishing you a happy belated Thanksgiving. Hope you had a great time with friends and family. Now the holiday season is officially underway. It's Christmas time. And we're live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, and it's time for our Tire Rack play of the day. The Broncos blocked Mariota in overtime.
Who?
Mariota in overtime.
Mariotto.
Denver with the blitz on the way. Ball deflected by Nick Bonito, and the Broncos win it. Great play by Nick Bonito. He came untouched. And the Broncos in overtime have beaten the Commanders 27-26.
And the frustrating part, if you're a Commanders fan, get that ball over Bonito's hand. It's a walk-in two-point conversion. You win that game. And it was a hard-fought battle. But Mariota looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. I feel like he is a legitimate backup in the NFL.
That's courtesy of KOA 850 AM and 94.1 FM Broncos Radio. That's our Tire Rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Wrapping up things that made you go,
Any other athletes come to mind where we just started pronouncing their name different? Our buddy Rob, who listens on our affiliate in San Antonio, said in college it was Tony Dorsett, and then in the NFL it was Tony Dorsett.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell, Terod.
And Thiesman, they went to Theismann to rhyme with Heisman.
Yeah, Thiesman.
And he broke his Theismann, didn't he?
We called Jorge Bell, George Bell after a while. Like, we started switching up names.
Giancarlo Stanton was originally Mike Stanton in Major
he
League
just
Baseball.
changed his name, yeah.
Yasiel Puig went to Yasiel Puig.
Yeah. Sarah Michelle Gellar went to Galar.
It's true.
Sarah Michelle Gellar,
right. We had Denzel Washington.
Camilla Cabello. We called her Camilla Cabello for a long time until she was like, nah, it's Cabello.
I think the Denzel thing was recent. Didn't we just see that on it was trending on social media?
Yeah.
Denzel
Washington.
Denzel's better.
Yeah, but he said his mom called him Denzel.
So
in non-related observations, non-football related observations, I should say, is I saw Wicked for Good over the weekend with family. Wicked for Good, the sequel for Wicked. It was wicked, barely good. Wicked,
really?
okay.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
And I'm a fan, for the record. I've seen the play. I like Wizard of Oz. It was just
yeah, maybe you were in a bad mood. I thought it was great.
Nah, I mean, I don't know how much of a better mood I could have been in. It was Thanksgiving weekend with my entire family.
It was just all right.
So it was just all right.
Okay.
In basketball news, can anyone make Skechers? Now, look, I'm not the guy dumping on Skechers. I think they're a great brand. They serve a purpose. They're comfortable. I used to rock them back in the day, but they've got a stigma now, right? Joel Embiid debuted his Skechers sneaker over the weekend, and it's kind of cool, but I'm wondering, can he be the guy to change the stigma, to make him cool again?
Is it the first slip-on NBA tennis shoe?
Everything goes in cycles, though, right, Danny G? It just takes that one person. Snoop Dogg put a line out there that people say is great for Skechers, but was he the guy? I don't know.
Did you buy him, though? Come on.
Could someone in the NBA make them cool? That made me say,
I think it takes I think someone told us once. I think you actually asked someone that was a marketer for a car company. Sometimes it could really just take a generation to change your perception of a brand. Like younger people, like Hyundai, Kia, there's car brands that your generation might be like trash cars. Younger kids might be like, oh, Kia halftime show, NBA, or they might think it's a cooler brand than you think.
Joel Embiid debuts his first signature shoe with Skechers. Nice.
I don't know.
They're kind of cool. They are cool, though.
I know, you could show me all day, but I can't tell you any dude that would rock Skechers on purpose.
In the early 2000s, I was rocking them, and then all of a sudden, they became affiliated with nurses and cooks and little kids with light up shoes or something. Comfort. They got associated with comfort.
Guys rock Jordans or Dunks, and then hipster younger people New Balances sort of back in the
again,
mix.
that's here in this country. But worldwide, they're number two after Nike.
I'm just saying, then that what we used to call dad shoe, like that New Balance, mow the lawn.
The all white.
That's
New
popular.
Balance
that's
where you
popular.
barbecue and mow the lawn.
Yeah, but that's popular again with young dudes. I
Racist.
just can't see anyone rocking Skechers.
And this made me go, Chimwell Pacquiao was a guest on our bonus show, Overpromised. You could watch it on Covino and Rich FSR. That's Manny's son. He made his debut over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw the highlights.
With a draw, though. Brandon Lally got the draw because he fought a really tough opponent for his debut fight. People are saying that's a mistake. They should have gave him a tomato can. And then, of course, you got Jake Paul, AJ, 18 days from now because it's the first of the month. But as of today, Teofimo versus Shakur Stevenson, January 31st for the WBO super lightweight. So that makes me go,
All right, well, more of your observations from Week 13 of the NFL. Plus, we're going to give away a prize this hour. We're going to play our favorite game, Last One Standing. Plus, we're going to talk about awkward fights at work or in the clubhouse or locker room. All coming up. CNR on FSR.
Things that make you go,
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
Yes! We talk about pop culture. We talk about sports. We talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win.
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the funk.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar? Yeah. Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Josh, Covino thinks that every man should own a leather jacket.
I only wear vegan leather.
Can you believe this guy?
I can't believe this guy. We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate your show. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
Mike Tyson, Covino, loves to just challenge us with random Mike Tyson trivia.
Which accomplished celebrity purchased my sprawling Connecticut estate?
I'm going to go 50 Cent.
You are absolutely correct, 50 Cent. I love his song.
You can't schedule a big event during a big sports moment.
My family member scheduled their wedding the same night as a Julio Cesar Chavez fight. Everyone was glued to that fight instead of doing the electric slide.
This is weak.
Unbelievable. You're very tricky.
America, you got sports, you got fun, you got us.
Covino and Rich.
We're crushing it.
Lane Kiffin was introduced today as the new head football coach at LSU.
Leaving Ole Miss was extremely difficult, and in that, we tried every single thing possible to continue to coach the team through the playoffs and to continue to coach the players. In the end, that was their decision, and we totally respect that.
Even LSU's athletic department said that they would have allowed Kiffin to coach for the Rebels. Now, he will not be on the sidelines, but he could receive bonuses depending how far Ole Miss goes in the college football playoff, as the Baton Rouge Advocate says that LSU is set to pay Kiffin the bonuses that he missed out on with the Rebels, depending how far Ole Miss goes, up to $1 million. UCLA is hiring James Madison head football coach Bob Chesney to lead the Bruins football program. Michigan State made it official, naming Pat Fitzgerald as their new head coach. Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy expected back in Week 14. Giants and Patriots, 8:15 tonight.
Hey, that's us. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Sesame Street helped raise all of us except for Rich. Rich is still growing up.
Love Sesame
Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs sesame, and sesame needs you. Covino and Rich, everything at Covino and Rich. The chat is popping. Shout out to Crane and Esteban and Colin in Canada, West from Idaho, Danny Riley. Everybody chiming in live at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. We're streaming live. Hey! So watch what you hear, Covino and Rich FSR, and we be rocking out. Let's go. Action-packed hour, last one standing. We're going to play some games, giving away surprises.
I'm so excited. I'm going to do the Dougie like Brock Purdy, and then I'm going to do Urkel dance like Cam Bynum. I'm pumped.
Maybe you shouldn't. And wrapping up things that made you go, if there's any final thoughts or phone calls, 877-99 on Fox. Get to us now. I don't know if you heard what I said, but a fight was announced, and it's better than Jake Paul, AJ. There's more to life than spectacle nonsense, right?
Well, depends.
So Teofimo Lopez fighting Shakur Stevenson.
No thanks.
That's a battle. January 31st, a WBO super lightweight bout. Shakur's defense, will Teofimo be able to penetrate when, again, he's fought arguably better fighters. He beat Lomachenko. So Teofimo, Shakur, that's a battle. January 31st. So the new year's starting off with a bang. And we're closing out with Jake Paul and AJ in December. So some good fights. Made me go,
WBO, more like BO.
Yeah, that stinks. Spot, Danny G.
Those things wicked. And Rich came in here cheering about it. And that movie was so mediocre, it's crazy.
I know, it's terrible. Made $250 million so far.
It doesn't matter. Susan Boyle sold millions of CDs. That doesn't mean it's good. It was just okay.
So, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez are both guys that haven't done anything exciting in a while. Teofimo stunk it up. The most boring fight you're ever going to see, the one outside in New York City. Right?
He's the only guy that fought good that night. So, again,
that
was announced
him
today. And any thoughts, just give us a call. 877-99 on Fox. Who do we got, Danny G?
Let's start with Trip in Vegas.
Trip, why you tripping?
Yo, what up, bud?
What's up, gentlemen? Happy holidays. It's good to have y'all back. It's a regular time. I have two things. One, for Embiid, he's perfect for Skechers because if you're not going to play, they're comfortable shoes.
That's a good one.
Comfortable for lounging.
Trip, I posed the question a few minutes ago, if people just joined us, that Joel Embiid debuted his new Skechers shoe. I said, can anyone make it cool again? Because I'm not denying that's a comfortable shoe and that is super popular worldwide. But here in the USA, it has the stigma of like an elder shoe, maybe. I don't know. And there was a lot of feedback on our chat that were saying, they'll never get past that stigma. So it takes a younger generation to just say, that we own it and it becomes cool again.
All right, then let's go through this, right? Let's keep it real. Let's think it through instead of just dismissing it. Skechers. Would I consider a nerdy shoe. That
Boom,
somehow
boomer shoe. Esteban says a boomer shoe in his eyes.
Listen,
But dude, I rocked them.
I'm not a sneakerhead by any means,
You're just a balloon head.
but good one. I don't know any grown man. Someone actually laughing at that?
Yeah.
Or is that's got to be a fake laugh track.
You're an airhead, that's why. I can't say what I want to say, right?
So, my point is, Skechers, which has a reputation that's hard to get, it's hard to like really make it something trendy and cool, right? Like you think like your uncle might wear Skechers, or your little nephew might wear Skechers.
I wore them in the early 2000s.
Yeah, it's 25 years ago.
I
dude.
know.
Go through all 4 major sports.
Hey, dude, people are buying them. They're the only shoe brand, or one of the only shoe brands, with their own, their own stores at the mall. Just out and about. There's a Skechers store right here in Ventura.
Dude,
It's a warehouse. Used to be an Oz Gifts.
A full-on warehouse.
Dude, I don't get it.
So people are buying them, and kiddies love them.
You tell me, knucklehead, and I'd rather say something else other than knucklehead. You tell me what Major League Baseball player, what NFL star, what NBA star, like who do you think right now is so cool, a la the Michael Jordan of their time, the Tom Brady, someone that you're like, oh, they're just so damn cool that a younger generation would be like, well, if they're wearing it. Sort of like how the Jenners have makeup that's billions of dollars because the Jenners and the Kardashians wear makeup and Skims and all this stuff, and millions of people buy it immediately.
Well, you bring them up. They made Champion cool again. Champion you were buying at Dick's Sporting Goods. No one was rocking Champion for 20 years.
And then the
All of a
Kardashians
sudden,
start wearing Champion.
It
I
became
know.
a trend again.
But then, all right, then answer this. Is it if Shohei Ohtani,
Yes.
Shohei
Easy.
Ohtani.
He made New Balance cool.
But if Shohei, instead of New Balance.
Shohei Ohtani.
If Shohei's like, I got these new Skechers cleats.
Yes.
Would every young.
Someone of that caliber, yes. Because, and I'll go international star helps too. But again, internationally, Skechers does well. And I'll put them in the same category. New Balance, always known for their comfort and quality of shoes. Skechers, good quality shooters, no question.
Yeah, I think of dad shoes when you say New Balance. But how about Steph Curry? People were rocking Under Armour because of him. He's a free agent now, by the way, so maybe Skechers should talk with him.
Hey, but I look at Steph as a star, but
older.
He's not the young cool guy anymore. He's like the veteran champion.
One of the veterans, though, that kids still follow.
True. I'm just thinking, like, is there someone? Because
Well,
SGA,
remember, if you watch
SGA's doesn't have the juice.
No, SGA got to deal with Nike because he was the main guy that Shaq was trying to recruit for Reebok.
That's
and that was
right.
the whole special was about trying to recruit him for Reebok, but he was already under contract. I'm pretty sure with Nike. He already had a sweet deal going. Who would be that guy to change the stigma? Your thoughts. But Tripp, you had one more thought. What up, Tripp?
I do. Hey, thanks for keeping me on the line. How about this? Things that make you go, you know what I'm saying. A tight end, Greg Olson, is now calling plays for the Raiders, and Brock Bowers, regardless of the outcome, has a big game. That's what I was thinking about.
I was thinking about the pizza you bought us last week, and I want to thank you for that.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
That was great.
We must thank Tripp for that delicious pizza.
Hey, speaking of Steph Curry, did you see over the weekend? Again, we got fixins on our mind. You're visiting friends and family. You may have missed a few things here and there. Seth Curry signed with the Golden State Warriors. I thought that was pretty cool. Made me go,
Yeah, nice little Thanksgiving.
He missed out on all
family
the
treat.
fun, all the winning that the Golden State Warriors did. But to say that he played for them with his brother, I think that's kind of cool.
I felt bad for AD. When we filled in on Thanksgiving for Dan Patrick, we talked about how Anthony Davis was going to return for the Black Friday game against the Lakers. And after the Laker W, didn't he just look kind of like homesick when he was hugging Rui and some of his former teammates?
It was so sad. It really was. And seeing that he and LeBron still had their handshake and everything. And yeah, it looks like he doesn't belong. And now we're hearing today that they're thinking about dishing him to the Bulls. But that's his hometown, which would be cool. But you don't want to see a superstar bouncing around like that year after year. Like, it's kind of messed up what's happening to Anthony Davis. That's the vibe I'm getting.
So, to wrap it up, all the things that made you go, week 13 of the NFL and sports in general.
Austin Reeves should be playing in Skechers, bro.
Austin Reeves?
AR and Skechers hitting threes. It just fits.
Yeah. What's up, Iowa Samuel?
I am a Skechers purchaser. I'm a Skechers buyer. But the biggest
See,
reason
they need to rebrand.
it's because of me. People like me buy them. I buy them because they're really good.
You're the guy that said at the beginning of the show, Jack White's not peculiar. Like,
no, Sam also
and Jack
walks
White.
to work, and he's a traveling man.
I think Skechers are just really affordable. Like, they always have like a buy one get one half off deal. So, like, it's a cheaper kind of shoe if you're trying to look at the economical side of things.
Yeah, I guess
I'd say not cheaper is a bad word. Maybe inexpensive.
Economical.
Or less expensive.
Yeah, sure.
Because
More affordable.
They're
affordable.
quality.
Yeah, they are quality. No,
that's why
they are
kids
quality.
wear them, nurses wear them.
Absolutely, and they're comfortable.
So it's a matter of that right person changing the image. I don't know if Embiid's the guy, but he debuted his. And who comes to mind? Dude, not an immediately automatic person, that's for sure. There's not like one young, cool guy that comes to mind for me and says to me, yeah, that's the guy.
I got 2 more quick NFL questions. Then we're going to get deeper into some stuff. We'll play a game. We'll have some deeper into stuff, meaning like just talk more about specific teams. When I say AFC South, and we just talked about how the Colts are struggling.
Yeah.
Not even
You're
struggling.
saying they're sort of done when you look at the rest of their schedule.
They just lost 2 in a row, close games that it's like, ooh, man. And you see the Jags, who, they didn't play a tough opponent, but they did win over the Titans 25-3, just an easy little game they cruised through. And you see the Texans looking sharp. Who's the team that emerges from that division? Danny G, are you high on that Texans defense? Or do you think Trevor Lawrence, who looked, he looked happy after yesterday's game, saying like, yo, we're not done. We're just starting to peak now. Like,
yeah, that Texans defense is fun to watch, but I got to think that Daniel Jones can get enough good health here towards the end of the season to at least make a push into the wild card.
And I love how they all play each other over the next weeks. It's going to be fantastic football. And one other thought that I think because of their strength of schedule is sort of weak sauce for the most part, considering they are over 500. Do you guys think it's crazy to not count out the Dallas Cowboys?
No. And, that's just from what I see and from what I hear, and people are really high on the Cowboys. Like even when Stephen A. is even high on the Cowboys, that says a little something.
The Cowboys are
they don't stink,
they're
man.
a game and a half behind the Eagles, and as of right now, the Cowboys, they play the Vikings.
They're 6-5.
They play the
but
Commanders, then the Giants.
Wouldn't you say they're more on a higher trajectory than the Eagles? The Eagles are 8-4 in first place in the NFC East, but the Cowboys have been at least playing upward, where the Eagles have been playing downward.
I just wish they played against each other one more time, even though the Cowboys did take the last one. I'm just saying the Eagles have to play the Bills. They play the Commanders twice, so maybe Washington could help out the Cowboys in one of those. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't count out the Cowboys. I really wouldn't. That would be a wild story, huh?
We've been saying it, man. I wouldn't really count out anybody. It's anyone's season right now.
All right, so as Timmy No Breaks would say, get this.
Get this. It's anybody's shot.
If the Chargers, who play the Eagles on Monday night, the 8th, if the Chargers beat the Eagles and the Cowboys beat the Lions, they're a half a game apart with like 5 games to go. DB, this is not over.
No, and I think a lot of people just looked at the wild card, but the division is definitely now in hand. And that is such a huge game for the Eagles, could be weighing on the hand of Justin Herbert on what the outcome is. But yeah, it's really like there's multiple ways for the Cowboys to maybe make this postseason, and they could do a double in almost kind of knocking out the Lions in a way if they beat them on Thursday, and then you kind of move up the ranks in that way of the wild card. You'd be able to pass Detroit and then still be in position for the division.
Interestingly enough, how when that tie happened with the Packers and Cowboys, and we said, oh, this is gonna it's always plays a role. That tie always is, it's funny in the standings. Always keeps things like so lopsided, like so uneven. Do you remember that last play of that tie game? I know I'm asking you to remember a play, but Jordan Love throws a ball through the back of the end zone. And it was ill-advised, and they gave the Packers, there's 1 second on the clock. And everyone that was watching was like, ooh, that's close. It felt like the clock very well could have run out, and the Packers were out of luck. If they didn't give the Packers that 1 second to kick a field goal and tie the game. Cowboys would be 7-5 right now. They're 1 second away of a referee's call to give them 1 second. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, 7-5 is a lot different than 6-5-1 at this stage of the game.
We all hate ties. We do. Like, we can't stand them. But in like the case for Green Bay in that instance, better than a loss. And for the Cowboys, better than a loss.
Yeah, true. But hey, it's gonna, that tie is gonna really mess with you.
Hey, speaking of weird calls, and we wrap up things that made you go, Anyone see that extra point where it was the Texans game?
Oh,
where
yeah.
The
I
refs
was watching.
said,
The announcers were like, he misses.
But, dude, when you were watching it, from the naked eye, didn't you automatically say they missed it?
I thought he missed,
How the hell did they call that
From
good?
my naked eye, I saw
Who's that? Luscious
a missed
Jackson?
extra
Who
point.
is that? Who sings Naked Eye?
I believe Luscious Jackson.
Yeah, Luscious Jackson.
Luscious Jackson style from the naked eye. Everybody saw that it was no good. They called it good. So that was kind of interesting. Made me go,
I'm glad you brought that up because it's actually been a thought of mine because of this problem. You can't make uprights go all the way to the top of the stadium, right? It's not feasible.
Yeah.
Why not have lasers? Like laser lights shooting
Absolutely.
through.
Yeah.
Where, okay, if you kicked it that high, sure, it's not going to ricochet off. But the whole point is if it goes over the point of the bar, it's good, right?
No, so you would see it pass through the laser or touch the laser.
Easy solution, seriously.
Yes.
And you don't have to have them illuminated the whole time. Remember on the only unfortunate thing I could think of is after 9/11, they had those huge-ass lasers going to the sky where the Twin Towers were. You could just have two illuminating...
That's it.
Yes.
Solves that issue. Yeah, but it made me go, like, we all saw it. How did they keep that good? That was so weak.
How many times have you seen a promo for a club somewhere and they got, huge-ass lights in the sky?
Light the beam in Sacramento and they get a win, right?
Light the beam.
Light it up and get it right. Because what if that was a field goal and, it was an integral part of the game? You're like,
and that is to have sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
That's what I'm saying.
Fix it, NFL, because it made me go, Any other thoughts you could share at Covino and Rich, at Fox Sports Radio, and we're going to get ready for Last One Standing, the game that's sweeping the nation. And there was an argument. I don't know if you saw this. There's an argument between Clippers announcers. It was sort of in jest and fun, but not really. As a broadcaster, I do believe that they were agitated with one another, and we got to, break it down and play it out and see how you feel about it, too.
You want to do this?
There's lots to get to, yes.
All right. You want to play now? Want to hear these two guys?
Yeah. So this is Brian Seaman and Jim Jackson calling the Clippers game, and the story is basically about how one of the announcers sort of, what's the word they use?
He said ambushed.
Ambushed, that's it.
You ambushed me with that trivia question.
Ambushed him with a pop quiz out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Brian
here's
Seaman,
some
trivia.
Yeah, Brian Seaman didn't appreciate the fact he didn't have time to research the
So they got into
answer.
a little bit of an argument about it on TV.
Let me. I purposely did not listen to this because I wanted to get my fresh reaction because I've been working with this guy and you guys for a while. So when it comes to being ambushed on the air or when there's disagreements and you could tell, this is real versus are they having fun with this or are they genuinely mad? We've seen this a couple times. Let's take a listen.
So I go back to that trivia question that you sprung on me. Ambushed is a better word. The trios in the NBA.
I didn't ambush. What was an ambush?
So the whole premise of the question was way off.
No, it was not. Verbatim. No. You tell me. No, I'm not telling you.
The zoo wheels inside.
You tell me exactly what I asked you.
What was the first trio of family members?
I didn't say what was the first. I didn't say that.
The last?
I didn't say that.
Go ahead, then give me the question.
No.
Because I'll tell you where it's off.
Okay. Would it be Mr. Main Event? That was his big name. Get it? No, you don't.
I do get it.
Why?
Well, you could go one of two ways. Boxing had a main event. Also, a little thing called the WWF had a main event.
No, he's from Maine. See, that's what I'm saying. See, that now you want to twist my question.
It was a play on words.
No.
I'm bored by this guy's already.
So give me the question.
No, I'm not guessing. That's what I'm
I think you could cut it, Sam. Let me tell you, Rich.
Yeah.
This went on for most of the third quarter. These two bickering guys with each other, and all the comments.
One guy felt shown up by the other, and that's what happens when you have two separate egos on one broadcast
Here's
together.
the problem, though, Covino. You guys do an opinion-based show together, and you can have a full segment where you're disagreeing. These are play-by-play in color dudes. They're supposed to be they're supposed to be commentating on the action on the floor.
They do something completely different.
Yes, and that's why the internet went crazy. Like Cooper Flagg posterized Zubat from the Clippers, and they didn't even acknowledge it.
They're still fighting about
it. Was
being
insane.
ambushed. Yeah. So, how do you feel about that? Because I'm one of those guys that, luckily, Rich and I have been working together for over 20 years. So he's like working with an annoying brother, and vice versa, right? So there's no ego there, and I'm never offended. But Rich is the type of guy that ambushes people with trivia where it makes him look smart, but it only because he knows the answer or he just saw the answer or heard it the day before, and now he's posing it to put you on a spot to look like an idiot.
Hold up. I would never.
You do that every day.
I would never hit you up with something I know you didn't know.
Every day you do that. Every day. But luckily, I don't care because I'm like, and most of the time, you know what I say? Dude, just tell me. I say that all the time.
Yes.
Dude, just tell me. Because,
hold on.
Because you're setting me up. Either I know it or I'm going to say something that just makes me look dumb.
But I'm never going to
what? It makes you look smart because you just read the answer 2 minutes ago?
No. Trivia is different than your sports know-how. Like, if I said, hey, Covino, there's 5 guys that have went 30-30 in baseball the last couple of can you think of it? And if I feel like you're like, dude, I can't think right now, I'll be like, all right, let me tell you.
No. There's once a show, I say. At least once a show. Dude, just tell me. Dude, just say it. Because I could be right, but I could say something that makes me look like a total idiot. For what? For to make Rich look great?
Disagree. Because I think
you disagree because you're so unaware. See, now we're fighting about it. He does it every show. He'll throw a random quiz out there and be like, oh, geez, I wish I would have been able to prepare or something. And that's fine and that's fun because I know you. If there's two broadcasters that don't know each other that well, or they're just work acquaintances, it comes across as you're showing up that person. And that's why duos and trios never really work in broadcasting because someone's toes are getting stepped on, someone's ego's bruised, someone doesn't like how they feel in that moment. What are you trying to show me up, bro? That's why these things don't pan out. I don't care when you do it. Whatever. I'm used to it.
But
Other people take it personal.
I'm saying there are times where
you're questioning their.
I think giving someone a trivia question is way different than throwing someone a question that if they don't know the answer, they look exposed. Way different. If I'm like,
well,
hey,
that
Covino,
dude
who's
felt
your,
exposed.
If
clearly.
I said, Covino, who's got the most triple doubles this year? You're gonna guess. You might guess right or wrong. That's not exposing you. But if I said,
it does because it's weak. Because the only reason you know is because you just looked it up because you saw it. So it's a sneaky way of looking like you knew this when you just heard it probably a minute before.
All right, but
now you're posing it as if you always knew and that other guy doesn't.
But there's a big difference.
And that's how that guy felt. That's why they fought. He said that's why he used the word ambushed. You ambushed me. Because they're two regular dudes who are working together trying to do a fun broadcast. And Danny G's right. That's not even their job. That job at that point is to be talking about the game.
Why are they even talking about trivia questions? If I tune in to see the Clippers on TV, I just want to see the action on the floor. I'm not trying to hear about trivia questions.
I know, but I'm just saying,
to fill time too. There's a lot of in between talk.
But there's
not an NBA game that's up and down the floor usually, Sam. Like maybe some other sports like baseball.
To waste that much time though, it's like, yo, man, people are tuning in to hear about what's going on.
I'm going to tell you just quick another dynamic with this. Brian Siemens usually the guy giving the questions. Okay, he's usually the one.
He's the lead. Yeah.
Yes, he's the host. He's the one that Jim Jackson is the player, the guy who's going to tell you about the game. But the guy who knows the information is Brian. So all of a sudden, Brian doesn't know the information. Brian gets a little hurt.
Yeah, that's a little reversal.
Yes,
so funny,
that's
though.
the reversal of it is Brian's supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
And I only know this from experience.
You're ambushing me?
Of doing a show. Kerry Rhodes, who knows, played the game for 8 years, knows so much about football. And Kerry's never ambushed me on the show, but there's like I need to keep up my end of the bargain, like of it. And if I don't know my own territory, man, I'm telling you.
By the way, Rich, how many times have we seen duos in radio or broadcasting fall apart because they felt like they were trying to be one-upping each other all the time, or they were exposing each other with these sort of things all the time?
I agree with the dynamic, right? Like, as a Mets fan, you have your play-by-play guy, and then your athletes for the color commentary. If Gary Cohen drops a fun fact, the players like Keith and Ron aren't expected to know. They're like, oh, that's something else, huh, Gary? They're not asking Gary Cohen trivia because in your mind you're assuming he knows.
Right. So what if Ron Darling bamboozled Gary Cohen with like Gary Cohen's like, humana. It makes him lose credibility to the viewer. So now he's scammering like, man, that was sort of messed up. So your thoughts.
Okay.
877-99 on Fox, and we're going to play Last One Standing, actual trivia.
Oh.
We're going to do that next for some prizes right here on the Covino and Rich Showgram program.
All right, now, Covino.
Yeah.
You know why people always want to come hang at my spot, right?
Yeah, for fun facts and trivia.
Fun facts and trivia and all that. Oh, and my great TV. TCL looking good.
That TCL looks ridiculous. The QD Mini LED, the brightness is wild, the contrast is deep, the color's spot on, the motion, silky. It just looks better.
Now the price, even better than that. Bigger, brighter, better Black Friday. They still got sales going on with up to 50% off TCL TVs, including the Ultimate Series.
From the QM 8K, the Ultimate Choice, Ultimate Brightness, Ultimate Black Levels for the Ultimate Game Day Experience to the QM 6K, there's a sweet spot for everybody.
Premium Picture on sale now. Plus, you can still enter to win those 4 tickets to Super Bowl 60 with the TCL Ultimate Season to score at TCL.com.
Hit your favorite retailer, grab the amazing deal, lock in epic experiences, epic savings, and undeniable bragging rights now through Black Friday while supplies last. Perfect for a Cyber Monday.
Still happening with Cyber Monday. TCL, the official partner. TV partner of the NFL. Bigger, better.
What up, partner?
Black Friday. Select models, limited time. See TCL.com for details. I feel like there's something getting in the way of us acknowledging Austin Reeves as a superstar.
Honestly, it's the most obvious observation, which would be an obvious observation. But could it be that he's just such an unassuming superstar? Like he's such a goober, such a aw shucks kind of guy that he doesn't get the credit he deserves?
Just say out loud what everyone's thinking.
I'm just
he's
saying,
like a goofy-looking white guy.
Yeah, maybe that's what gets in his way because the stats are showing otherwise. The stats are saying he's on his way. He's on his way to superstardom. He's on his way to being a bigger star. He already should be that guy because he's got the numbers and he's on the Lakers. He's in LA. He's playing with Luka and maybe tonight with LeBron. Like he should already be that guy, but he's taken like a slow burn to the mountaintop.
You just said it. You said it. I'll give you the analogy as our show intro said. I could somehow turn an analogy. What was it? Micah Parsons and sweaters? How about this? The Bachelor and Austin Reeves.
Okay.
You ever watch The Bachelor? Might have got stuck watching with the girlfriend or wife.
Unfortunately, yes.
And you see all these girls on the show.
Ooh.
And in their hometown, they're the hottest.
Ooh.
Every dude gives them attention. Ooh, she's from Salt Lake City. She's from Austin. She's from Nashville. In their town, oh my God, everyone's sweating them, drooling over them. But then when you put them in a room with 25 other hot girls, it's like pageant life. They're all hot. So you better step it up. And I think Austin Reeves is just in a room with Luka, LeBron. He was in a room with Anthony Davis. LA and the Lakers
stars.
I don't even know if it's that. Actually, that's a great analogy, so I'm not dumping on it. It's actually a solid analogy. Maybe he's just not sexy enough for L.A., and he has to put up circus numbers to really get their attention.
So you think
when
he needs a glow up? You think he needs an Austin Reeves L.A. glow up?
A regular-looking guy, regular fella, and that's what makes him extra charming and I think more dangerous because people don't expect that from this guy. But like I said, the numbers say otherwise. Check this out.
Are you saying that he is wearing Adam Sandler shorts to the gym when he should be wearing like Aloe or Lululemon or something?
Yeah, he needs a glow up. Get this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Austin Reeves has the second most 25-point games by a Laker guard since 2000. Only Kobe had more. Second only to Kobe is unreal.
Kobe.
So Reeves is now in serious company. But he has to be at Kobe level to start getting this recognition. Yeah, everybody knows he's got game. Everybody knows he's what did they describe him as earlier? Like he's a bad man kind of. I forget how he was described, but on the court they know he's great, but the world needs to recognize. And then
I'm telling you, there's a sense of he's a gooberish white guy, and I think people compare him to like Caruso for some reason, or like
because he's white. Because he's white and unassuming.
Yeah, it's just there's something to be said about that, and like that's not racist. It's not. It's just. But
I think Caruso had more swag right off the bat. Austin Reeves had to find the headband and get the floppy hair to the side.
But you know what it is? Like, we can't be fake about this. If you go to the schoolyard and you see some dad with whack-ass shorts and a headband on, and he's beating the young, flashy players in, like, schoolyard ball, that's sort of what Austin Reeves is doing. Everyone else seems like they have way more swag and way more style and way everything. And this guy just, he knows how to ball. And like you said, there's nothing sexy about him. Even his post games, like he's sort of like, he's charming in a goofy way.
I forget what Reddick said about him, though. He's something about, like, everyone on the court knows that he's dangerous. He's a bad dude. Reeves has been playing like a superstar, not just a good player. Like, to get attention, he has to be a superstar, and that's what he's doing. After going 5 for 9 from deep against the Bucks, Austin Reeves has officially passed Caldwell Pope for 7th place on the Lakers' all-time 3-points made list. Total three-pointers made, Reeves, 523 threes. 523 threes, 37% in 291 games. Caldwell Pope, 522 threes and 38%, 292 games. So he's just climbing the ranks left and right, day after day, numbers going up. And as these memes and as the stats show, he's just getting started. Like, so he's already climbing the three-point ranks for Lakers. He's in Kobe company, and I still don't think he's getting that superstar treatment he deserves. I think we nailed it off the air, Rich. There's a difference between trivia and a fun fact and like a gotcha presentation.
Well, that was my point. My point was if I say, hey, guys, who has the most triple-doubles this year? You never guess. Danny G, guess.
Yeah, but you disguise it with, I got a fun fact. And you posed the question making yourself look smart, but you just found out that answer like an hour ago or the night before. And now you're posing it to us, and we're scrambling trying to save our own reputations. Luckily, we don't take ourselves that serious here on this show. We're having fun, Covino and Rich. When you're doing this NBA broadcast and you got Brian Seaman and now Jim Jackson is sort of ambushing him with trivia, that's how he felt anyway. Yeah. You can see how egos get bruised and you feel like you're in a gotcha situation. There's a difference.
Don't take yourself so seriously. Your ego is not your amigo.
Or, some people like to put themselves in situations that make them look smarter when really you're just asking questions you just found out the answer to a minute ago.
All right, well, hey, we are doing it live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rick. They've been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And Sesame Street has raised all of us, and now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs some Sesame Street. The world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, you know what we'll do? How about this? We got to play Last One Standing, but first, let's go to our buddy Dan Beyer for an update. DB, what's up, bud?
Guys, Lane Kiffin is the new head football coach at LSU.
The opportunity at LSU, as I said before, is just different. Someone very close to me reminded me this week that LSU is the best job in football. When you take the history, tradition, passion, and the great players in the state of Louisiana, no one can argue that when you're in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, there is nothing like it.
Now, Kiffin did address possibly trying to coach the Ole Miss Rebels through the college football playoff, said that they respect the decision made by Ole Miss. LSU AD Verge Osberry said that they supported Kiffin's choice to coach at Ole Miss through the playoffs if he wanted to. Ultimately, he won't, and he is introduced today as the new head coach of the Tigers. UCLA is hiring James Madison head football coach Bob Chesney to lead the Bruins football program. Michigan State officially announced the hiring of Pat Fitzgerald as their new head football coach. Arizona Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon says they won't open up the 21-day practice window this week for quarterback Kyler Murray. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels is yet to be cleared for contact by doctors. They have the Vikings coming up in Week 14. Vikings should get J.J. McCarthy back. He's expected to return from his concussion. And speaking of the Vikings, they waived veteran wide receiver Adam Thielen, who wants to play for a contender. Thielen also announced that he'll retire as a Viking at some point, but this is going to be his last season in the NFL and wants to go out on a possible playoff team. Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert undergoing surgery for a fracture on his left hand today. Still no word on his status for Monday night's game in Week 14. Week 13 is Monday Night Football, Giants and Patriots, 8:15 Eastern Time. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. And no IR for Colts corner Sauce Gardner, but going to miss a couple of weeks because of that calf strain. Guys, back to you.
Oh, man.
DB, thanks, buddy.
Thank you, buddy. Hey, Rich, remember on, was it Thursday's show? In for DP. We filled in for Dan Patrick on Thursday, so if you missed it, catch Covino and Rich FSR. You could watch it. You could stream it on the podcast. We talked about what family-friendly things can you watch around the holidays because families were getting together. When you get bored tonight, Patriots-Giants, I highly recommend Sebastian Maniscalco's new comedy special on Hulu because it brought down my family. They were my family cracking up to it, man. I thought it was great. It was the material's so random, but he makes it funny. So when you get bored, check that out.
All right. Well, coming up, we're going to push it to the last segment today because we're going to give you guys really intense last one standing. So if you want to play.
Intense, you say?
Intense.
Like Hooverville?
Yeah. Like a good one. More Covino Rich plus an opportunity to win. Nerf football is next right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Big fight fans, and we have a guest. He's a legend in the making.
You're gonna know about him if you don't already. Jimwell Pacquiao, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Good, doing good.
Welcome to the show.
Camp.
All right, man. Jimwell Pacquiao versus Brandon Lally, ESPN Plus, 5 p.m. Pacific time. The co-main event, making his pro debut Saturday night. That's a lot of pressure, man. Pro debut. A lot of pressure and excitement for anybody. How much more pressure for you when you have that legendary name behind you?
Oh, man, it's definitely there. But, I just try to doing that stuff out as much as I can. And, I have a really good team behind me. And, we're just doing our pace. And, we're excited.
Now, a lot of times you hear from people who have, famous parents. They either encourage or discourage. Did Dad tell you, you don't want to get involved in boxing, or was he encouraging along the way?
Oh, no. At first, my parents really tried to get me away from boxing, but I still ended up boxing. So, but now that they changed, they support me now fully. And, my dad has been the one giving me pointers and tips and stuff like that. So, it's really cool.
It's in the blood. What were they trying to get you to do aside from boxing?
Basically, just the normal thing, like stay in school, finish college, and all that stuff. But I couldn't stay away, man.
Were you just kicking so much ass in school and they're like, all right, do it in the ring now? Were you getting in fights at the playground? Were you that kind of kid?
No, it was more because I got invited to train. And most of it was just in the gym, man. I fell in love with the sport. I started sparring and stuff like that, fell in love with it. And here I am.
Let me ask you this. In the boxing world, we're seeing sort of a hybrid of legit boxing and some of these spectacle fights. You going to be watching the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua next month or what?
Yeah, if it's boxing, if it's any type of fighting, I do love to watch. So I'm going to be watching for sure.
You think he has a chance against AJ, Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul? What do you think?
No, zero. That's AJ all the way for sure.
Agreed. And speaking of future fights, because then I want to talk about your fight too in the preparation, but there's a few future fights in the works. Your Manny Pacquiao promotions, December 6th, you got Pitbull Cruz and Lamont Roach. Who do you got on that card? That's a good fight.
I'm supporting our guy, of course. Pitbull Cruz, he's tough, he's strong, and we've
seen him battle in person. He's unbelievable.
Pitbull Cruz is great, and I'm rooting for him too. But Lamont Roach, man, he fought Tank real tough. So I think it's going to be a battle. You're going to be at the fight, I imagine, right? How is it for you?
I don't know yet. We'll see, because I do have a newborn, so
that's true.
I don't know if I'll be there at the fight, but I'll be watching.
Your whole childhood has probably been just going to fights all the time, I imagine, right? So you don't really need to go to all these fights.
Yeah. Growing up, every time my dad fought, we'd always be watching, pay-per-view and stuff like that.
Was that nerve-wracking for you as a kid, or was that just everyday life?
Oh, no, yeah. As we got closer, it's definitely nerve-wracking, especially on the day of the fight. The nerves are there. Yeah.
And I got to ask you about this, since we're talking about Jake Paul and Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz. A lot of rumors about your dad Manny and Floyd Mayweather too. A lot of, you're on social media. You have a big presence on social media, by the way.
There's rumors that you're concerned about Dad fighting again. Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, he's turning 47 this December. So, I love him, and I've been watching him ever since. And I don't really want him to take any more punishment. He's accomplished a lot. And I think his 8th division record is unbreakable. So he's already done everything,
But he looked so good against Mario Barrios, dude. I watched that. I was in Mexico watching that fight. I was on vacation. I had to watch your dad's fight. I'm like, you know what? Vacation Kuwait. I watched. He looked really good. Now I hear Barrios is fighting Ryan Garcia, maybe. I don't even know. But he looked really good. You wanted to end like that if you had your choice?
Yeah. If it was up to me, I wouldn't want him to fight anymore. But if he does decide to take one more, then I'm here to support him.
That's great, man. Now, got to talk about your preparation. You got the great Freddie Roach, as Rich said, in your corner. And I want to know how that relationship works. He's seen you grow up. So how is it working with him? And I want to know how ready you are for this pro debut, man.
Oh, we're ready, man. We've been working really hard. I've been in the gym. And it's nice to see Coach Freddie on a day-to-day basis, and there's a lot of good coaches here too in the wild card, and a lot of good fighters. I try to listen to them, especially the pros. They give me advice.
He's Navidad, everybody, on this Cyber Monday. Dude, I can't wait to buy my robot later today on a Cyber Monday.
I bought so much stuff today.
Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. No more waiting. Your goals start now. On this Cyber Monday, take your workouts to the world with Nordic Track and iFit. Save big on treadmills, bikes, and rowers at NordicTrack.com. Nordic Track. Train anywhere, explore everywhere.
Whew. Now, it's time for the game that stresses us all out, but it's a great game. It's called Last One Standing.
You have 5 seconds to battle for your sports trivia life.
Man. Oh. I don't got it.
Put your electronic devices down and pick your sports knowledge up. It's CNR's Last One Standing.
Last one standing.
All right, I have 4 categories ready to go. If needed, a tiebreaker. Each contestant gets 5 seconds to stay alive in the round. If you run out of time or answer incorrectly, Iowa Sam takes you out with his big bad buzzer.
No.
Don't want to hear that. We keep battling until you are the last one standing. If you win 2 of the rounds, you are the top dog. Here are the contestants. 11-time winner Steve Covino right over there.
I'm feeling swell.
Next to him, momentum on his side the last 2 weeks. 17-time winner Rich Davis.
Wow. Yeah, he's streaking the past few weeks.
Yeah, one of those weeks DB wasn't here. 36-time winner, leader in the clubhouse, DB.
Hello.
All right, let's go to the studio lines to see who's playing for a CNR prize. First one through was Mike in Peoria, Illinois.
Hey, Mike.
What up, Mikey?
Hey, good afternoon, guys.
What's up, man?
Mike, what do you do for a living there in Illinois?
Well, I'm retired now, so I pretty much go to church a lot.
Oh.
And I pray for forgiveness from Joe Girardi for making the last out of his high school baseball career.
Wow, great.
Okay. That's a lot of information.
Very specific. Now, that's trivia right there.
All right.
Thank
By
you.
the way, Spot is the fact checker during this game.
I hate it so much.
He has a lot of anxiety, so be patient with him as he checks answers.
Pray to God about that.
All right, clock's going to start when I say your name. The first category is take 2. You have 5 seconds to name one of the 13 NFL teams who lead the league with the most 2-point conversions made this season. All right. 10 teams tied with 2 twos. Team at the top has 5.
2-2.
Yep.
2 twos.
All right, Covino, you're going to be a first starting right now. Go.
Dan Campbell's a risk taker. I'll go Lions here.
Lions are not on the list.
All right, well, so my thought process.
Sorry about that, Rich.
I mean, I'll go very similar to Covino. Little tushy-pushy. The Eagles?
The Eagles are not on the list.
Wow.
Oh, man, Buyer.
Andy Reid loves going for 2, right? With all those trick plays. Chiefs?
The Chiefs are on the list.
There, too. Buyer saved the category. All right, Mike.
I'm going to go with Denver Broncos.
Broncos are on the list with 4. At number 2.
Nice. Buyer.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? They have 3.
All right, back to Mike.
Chicago Bears.
The Bears, not on the list.
DB.
Buyer wins that round.
Easy
That was
one,
an easy
DB
one.
with
Are the
one
Bills
answer.
on the list, Danny G?
What?
Bills?
The Bills.
Bills not on the list.
Okay.
that would have been my second guess.
Yeah,
Josh
that was,
Allen
that
or
was
something.
my
yeah.
second guess. Just Josh Allen, reckless scoring.
At number 1 with 5 would be the Jets.
By the way, did you see Josh Allen became the, what was his 76th rushing touchdown or something like that, the most ever?
Leader.
So that would have been my thought process that maybe he just ran a few in.
But some of the other teams you missed, all he's had 2. Niners, Bengals, Colts, Commanders,
Dang.
Dolphins, Falcons, Packers, Patriots,
0 rhyme or
and
reason.
Vikings.
Now,
that's a tough one. That's
Can
a
I
tough
tell you,
one.
I hate categories like that because it takes no skill. But I will say this,
Thanks,
though.
Rich.
Last night, Washington could have had one
Suck
more
there.
if not for Marcus Mariota.
All right,
Bar
Buyer
is wide open.
Yes, Buyer on the board. We go to the second category, priceless possessions. You have 5 seconds to name an NBA player who leads all time in most career turnovers. A lot of stars on this list, too. NBA player who leads all time in most career turnovers. Mike, we're going to start with you this time.
It's a big list.
Beginning right now. Go.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, not on the list.
Sorry, brother. Buyer.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook, number 2 with 48.96.
Nice. Rich.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant at number 6 with 4010.
Covino.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd at number 7 with 4,003.
On a roll. Buyer.
LeBron's got to be there.
LeBron, number 1 with 4,579.
Numero uno. Rich.
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson, number 14 with 3,506.
Covino.
He announced his retirement. CP3.
CP3. Oh, wait.
We had
No, someone
he
said that.
he said that already. Sorry.
Did?
Yeah. Hurry up.
3.
Quickly. Carter.
2.
Just
1.
longevity.
Which one?
Vince Carter.
Vince Carter. Not on the list.
Oh, sorry. Back to Buyer.
Jesus, good question. Allen Iverson?
Allen Iverson is on the list at 22 with 32.62.
Rich.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry is on the list at the bottom, actually, with 32-37.
Yeah. Buyer.
That's going to be my next guess.
3.
James Harden.
James Harden, yep, number 4 with 43-37.
Good pull. Back to Rich. 3, 2,
Tony
1.
Parker?
Tony Parker, not on the list.
Oh, well, Buyer walks off.
Come on!
2 categories in a row. Last one standing.
A lot of big names on this list that you missed.
Was Durant there?
KD was there, yep. 35-96.
Larry Bird wasn't on it, was he?
Larry Bird was not on the list. Let me rank this. Hang on. Let me get it up.
You said some big names. Let's hear some of those big names.
Yeah, I want to... Hold on.
I was thinking longevity.
Yeah.
Who's on the list?
By the way, that's Dan
Show me the
Byer's
receipts.
37th win in this game.
Let's see.
Sean Alexander.
What's that?
Sean Alexander's 37, so that's
Oh,
why.
yeah, okay. There you go.
Big name, Barkley, Dwight Howard, Dwayne Wade, Akeem Olajuwon, Isaiah Thomas, Stockton, Karl Malone,
Stockton,
Moses Malone, Patrick Ewing, Paul Pierce, Scottie Pippen, Shaq, Steve Nash,
Dang, there are
Tim
some
Duncan. It was a big list, yeah.
All right, Mike there in Illinois, we thank you for playing the game. Appreciate you.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
We
Love
do
listening
that
to you.
every
Thank you.
Monday. Thanks, Mike. You can play again or play tomorrow. We're going to do Showtime Mahomes trivia tomorrow, Danny.
Yes, sir.
So Showboy Mahomes will be here asking some multiple choice trivia if you want another chance to win. Always giving away prizes on the Covino and Rich show.
Can I give everyone a homework assignment? I know no one likes school and homework from back in the day, but it's a fun one.
No.
Sure. No thanks.
I didn't ask you, Spot, all right?
You said everyone. I'm here.
I'm here. ESPN has that playoff simulator on their website. Covino knows. You guys know that I love looking at the schedule.
You're a geek for this.
Danny
I just
G,
did it. Both Rich and I ended up with the Rams as a first seed, obviously.
But mine's a little different than Covino's. If you go, Danny G,
it's called the NFL Playoff Machine.
the NFL Playoff Machine. I'll give ESPN website props. Look, just Google ESPN Playoff Machine. It pops right up. You could start with Week 14, Danny. Just click that the Patriots win tonight. I mean, I know it's not a given, but right?
It takes like 4 minutes.
It took Covino that commercial break. I said weeks 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's 5 weeks, but just zip through the schedule and without thinking too much, just be like, click, 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 click. And then by the end of it, it'll show you what your playoff picture looks like. And ours is different. Covino has the Packers missing the playoffs. And, I have the Colts and the Chargers missing the playoffs. Like, it's really interesting to see where you think things will go over the next 5 weeks. Because, listen, we've had enough time now. We've had 13 weeks of football.
I also have the Colts not making the playoffs.
Yeah, you have the Colts missing too, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my first seed is...
I have the Patriots.
Mine is the Broncos and the Rams.
Okay, I have the Pats as the number 1 seed. And I have the Chiefs sneaking in at 10-7 as a 7 seed.
It is kind of cool, though. I'll back Rich up on it. And it takes, just a few minutes.
It took 2-3
minutes
just to
all
see
pans
what
out
you
based
think.
on your guesses.
Like, you have Carolina, I have Tampa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's different. We both have, somehow, though, I'm not saying I'm all of a sudden anti-Eagles, Danny G, but it's very easy to find a path for the Cowboys if they play the way we think they're capable of playing. And
I
there's
got the Cowboys.
And you see the Eagles sort of...
I got your 49ers playing the Cowboys.
In the first round?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So, hey, it is kind of cool. I don't normally like to schedule watch or go that far ahead like Rich does, but it is kind of cool to see.
Just want to see where your head's at now.
Screenshot it and see how close you are when we get there, because we'll be there before you know it.
Hey, Rich, any feeling on tonight's game? You think Jackson Dart's return is going to give the Giants any juice?
Listen, will they cover? I don't know. What is even the point spread? This is one of those games where I already told you just a second ago. I've already looked past it. So let me not do that. What is it? 10? What's tonight's point spread? 10?
No juice.
I mean, Patriots win easy. It's New England by 7.5. I think they cover. It's in New England. I mean, historically, the Giants have really broken a lot of hearts in New England, but this ain't the Tom Brady, Eli Manning era. This. I think New England cruises. They'll be 11.
By halftime, you might want to catch up on Stranger Things.
Yeah, they'll be 11-2, and then I think next week, each week I feel like we're We sound like the host of The Bachelor. Most intense, greatest week ever. Do you see some of the matchups, Danny G, for next week?
Dude, Packers, Bears. I can't wait for that one.
Packers,
Week 14 looking
Bears?
nice.
Oh, my God. Packers, Bears. Then even like on Monday night, Eagles out here in L.A. versus Chargers. So many telling games, Chiefs and Texans. So we'll get to all that this week. Have a great night. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Have a good one.
Later.